Welcome to today's episode. Today's episode, we're going to discuss education and is it necessary, and my thoughts and opinions about it. Personally, I think K through 8 is very necessary, and kids do need to learn the necessities, basically math, English, writing, just your generic stuff that you kind of do need to learn for day-to-day things once you graduate. Bills, for example, or taxes, there's certain percentages they take out, or you need to learn how to save and figure out financing. So math, basically, that's what it is. Your bills, car payments, basically managing your money, learning how to save it. That's a good thing to learn. English, writing, yeah, you need to learn how to write. But certain careers, you don't really need to learn how to write. For example, athletes, professional athletes, all they learn is how to autograph. They don't need anything else other than basically training. That's why they're at where they're at today. They've been training their whole life on top of education, but I'm pretty sure when they're in high school, they left class early or skipped a couple classes, or they got basically teachers gave them they could skip classes and don't worry about finishing those classes. So they're more time training and trying to be professional athletes. Because from what I've seen in high school, the same thing, there's a lot of football players they gave a leg up to. They let them skip school, or not school, but they let them skip a lot of classes, so they're out there more on the football field training and try to pursue their career, basically. And then another thing is, too, what we learned in high school, majority, from my experience, of people I know don't learn anything. It's just there for social relations. So you just build relationships by talking to a friend, or meeting a new person, or talking to a staff member or something. You just basically, public school in general to me is good for social skills. Other than that, it's not really worth anything, because it doesn't teach you how to pursue your dream, what to think about once you graduate high school. You're basically there, and they don't really encourage you to think about your future. You're basically there day to day, and they don't tell you, oh, what do you want to do with your life? They never put a seed in your brain thinking, oh, I never thought about that. And I think that's what they should implement in today's schooling and even in the future. They need to push making kids decide between 10th grade and 11th grade, or even 9th grade, that they need to see what their interests are first, and see what career path they might want to choose. Let's say they want to be a professional athlete, so they'll make a certain program for them to pursue their career path. Or another thing, I want to be a lawyer, so they implement more basic law school stuff, so learn more about laws and stuff. So like how college is, they should implement that into high school and let kids decide what career path to go, and give them a leg up once they graduate high school. Because sometimes when you go to college, you're basically learning the same thing in high school, and you're just repeating and wasting your time and people's money. There's a lot of kids that are in debt because they're in school for a long period of time, or they're majoring in one category and end up going to another career path or degree, and they waste their time and money. There's a lot of people I know that major in certain career paths or certain degrees, and they don't even use it in today's time. It depends. Like I said, education's it's good to a certain point, because, like I said, if you want to do business is a good one, or real estate. You don't really need anything but a high school diploma, basically, or sometimes you don't even need that. You could make millions of dollars or six figures a year doing real estate, or being an entrepreneur, or being a businessman. So I think in high school they should implement that, and then teach kids that want to pursue that, and teach them how to learn financing, learn how to manage staff, how to make charts for bills, stuff like that. Encourage them and teach them what they need to learn and want to learn, So it gives kids an initiative to want to be at school. I know a lot of kids that have relatives and brothers and sisters that don't really like school. They just go because they have to go. There's no incentive or encouragement of them going because, like I said, what I've been saying is education. Like I said, K through 8, it's necessary. But once you're in high school, you just learn the same thing over and over again, and kids eventually just tune it out and they don't pay attention. And it makes kids drop out of high school, and it makes them have no career path or encouragement to pursue a degree or even pursue a career path, because they're just tired of learning and hearing the same thing over and over again, and they know it doesn't help them. So like I said, they should make special classes or special educational categories in high school. Basically, like I said, drop all college things like degrees, let's say criminal law, medical field, mechanics, culinary arts, and stuff like this, and implement it in high school. And then let the kids choose their freshman year or even their sophomore year and see what they want and will make them happy in the future. Because like I said, there's a lot of degrees you could get and it leaves you nowhere. Good example is art. If you do some research, if you Google art career and what's the average income of them once they get their bachelor's or degree in art, and it's usually $24,000 a year. And if you love art, that's great. If you can live off of that financially and don't have to worry about getting a second job or anything, I think it's wonderful. You go for it. But other than that, if you're more worried about financing and stuff and your career path, then it all comes together, because you could major in something and get shit pay, basically have no money, and you're basically unsatisfied and unhappy. And then you either could, if your main focus is finances and making a lot of money, you're basically set, I think, in my opinion. Even though it's it's basically something they want. They want to be financially successful, so they just major in something they want, like real retail or something like that. Something that could pursue you and help you go further in life financially. Because today's time, a lot of kids don't care about certain career path, or they're not excited about, oh, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a cop, I want to be a teacher. Majority of kids nowadays, they just want money or finances, so that they think that that'll make them happy. But that's why I think they should implement stuff from college into high school, so it makes them excited to achieve a certain career or field. Because like I said, most people want money, a lot of money, and it's good in a way, but sometimes it doesn't make you happy. If you choose a career path that you always wanted your whole life, it's great, because sometimes a good example is my career path. I want to do law enforcement, even though a lot of people don't agree with me and don't like police, but it's always been a dream of mine, and I want to help people and help people, trying to make better relations between police and the community, even though there's a lot of tension. And there's stuff that I want and try to implement in the law enforcement with the community, because there's a lot of, like I said, tension. So like my career path is required a lot. There's a lot of people that they need and want. So basically, me pursuing this career, this is what I want my whole life. And then on top of that, a bonus is that I get paid very decently for the career path I choose. It differs department to department. Some people are underpaid, and it's not worth it to a certain point, basically. But yeah, like education, like I said, it differs person to person. Personally, I don't think it's for everybody. There's a lot of people that hate school, and it doesn't encourage them to do anything, and it just makes them hate learning stuff. So I think they should, like I said, implement stuff to see what career paths kids want to do in the future. Because like I said, college is not for everybody. College is not required. It puts people in debt. It makes people have depression, and it makes a lot of negative things happen. Because like I said, everyone's told in high school, you need to go to college. You need to be, basically that's all they tell you. You need to go to college. You need to get a degree. And then once kids go to college, they don't know what they want to do. And it just puts them in a downward spiral, and it put them in debt, and then eventually they can't dig themselves out of debt, and it leads them to trouble, or it leads them to like depression or anxiety and stuff like this. So like I said, education is necessary to a point, but like I said, in high school, just try to get your degree. If you're currently, just try to get your degree and try to get out of there. But right now, do a lot of research about what you want to do in your future once you graduate high school. High school, like I said, high school is necessary to a point. But like I said, once you graduate high school, you don't have to go to college. There's a lot of career paths that don't need college at all. Like I said, you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a businessman, you could even be a real estate person. Basically, stuff with financing, you don't need too much high school, or too much college experience. You just need a work experience. So basically, right out of high school, try to put yourself into that point where you manage financing and learn business. That's why today there's a lot of entrepreneurs making 6 figures, even 7 figures a year, and all they do is they put their mind to something and they learn something, and then they're happy. Like I said, high school is necessary to a certain point. I think they need to change a lot of stuff, and even college is, like I said, it's not for everybody. It could be a time waster and hurt your pocket. It could hurt you financially, but other than that, yeah, education is good, like I said, to a certain point. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe, and share possibly. And if you have any questions, or you could DM me on Instagram, parlerminds.com, and even my email address. I'll leave in a link below. And thanks for watching again, and have a good day, guys.